Hello, my name is Gordon Hadley. For my SRM 482 internship, I had a non-traditional sports and recreation experience, but I did learn a lot of valuable management skills. I did my internship at Handled with Care Ltd., which is a design and installation contractor for interior designers in Richmond, Virginia. My supervisor started as Mr. Keith Jones, the owner of Handled with Care, and became Nick Jordan after he was rehired, this time as warehouse manager and my direct supervisor. My goals for this internship focused around making Handle with Care more successful. Because of the COVID-19 pandemic, the shipping and handling industry suffered, and especially interior design, as deliveries became less common. These included creating a better receiving and storage plan for upholstery within the warehouse and creating a standard operating procedure and best practices book for my replacement hire. I've worked here before, the past couple of summers, but in a different capacity. I was always working in the warehouse as a stock and receiving hire, and it's definitely a hard job physically and mentally. This time I was actually on an install team, so I was on the truck going to the deliveries, but delivering lets you see the world through a lot of different lenses other than your own. So when you go to an install site, one of the things that's most important is that you understand how the designer wants things to look. And it might not be the way that you think that things should go together, but it depends on what the designer wants, really. At the end of the day, they're our client, so we have to make them happy. Overall, I learned to trust myself and my install team. Personally, it was something that kind of stands out to me, that I'm a younger person in a field of predominantly older people, but if they put that trust in you, you have to make that trustworthy, and then you also have to trust the other members of the install team. Practically, I learned a lot about shipping and handling, and freight claims, which is something that I didn't learn that much about working in the warehouse, but as a install team, I learned a lot more on. I think I stood out this summer as opposed to my previous employment at Handle with Care, because I was able to use the prior knowledge I already had, and I was able to take more initiative on job sites and in the warehouse. So when we weren't actively on deliveries, we would go back to the warehouse, and I was able to help out the guys that are in the warehouse actually doing the pulling, actually doing the receiving, and the logistics work. So in the front of the office, where we have the owner and Casey, who runs the scheduling and contacting designers, that was something that I was able to do a lot more of this summer than I have in the past, just because I understand the business and how things need to work together to create that end result. Although it was non-traditional for sports and recreation management and didn't really revolve around the industry, it helped me understand the basic management skills required of an entry-level manager. And I would encourage sports and rec students to find an internship that they're really passionate about. I am very passionate about the company because I've been working there for several summers long, but it's not really in a field that I want to go into. I'm going to commission into the Army, so I know that I'll be on that track for a little bit, but once I get out of the Army, I want to be focused more in the fitness industry, which is something that I wasn't able to focus on this summer because of the COVID-19 pandemic. But for basic task management and overall basic entry-level management, Handle with Care was a great fit for me. So I would recommend it for people that wanted a very basic, task-oriented management internship.